Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm Motor Mike, and today, well, we have another addition to the family fleet. It's a Chevy Tracker, guys. I love these things. They're great little cheap SUVs. It's a body on frame construction, so it's a true SUV. And these things are cool. You know, Suzuki made them for the longest time, and then basically they became a Geo Tracker, and then eventually a Chevy Tracker before they stopped making them here in the United States. So let's look over the vehicle, and we'll start with the front end. The front end has nice styling. It's simple, kind of plain by today's standards. There's traditional headlights, a nice simple grille, Chevy bow tie. The bottom bumper, nothing too special here. You do have one recovery hook up front. You see a nice little port up here. And actually, an old couple owned this vehicle. They would trailer it down to Florida. This would be their Florida car, and they drove around and then bring it back up here to Michigan. Let's look at the side. So when you look at the side of the Chevy Tracker, it's relatively simple. Down at the bottom, basically all the 90s cars had this. It's just a double-sided tape that gives you a little bit of a pattern on the side to sprucing things up. You have a nice large opening up top. Nice little kink in the window. The Ford F-150 does the same thing. But up here you can see there was some damage. It was hit here. It is starting to rust. We are going to buy a new fender for it, paint it, put it on here, sprucing it up. My uncle actually painted these rims before he sold it to my dad. I really like the gray look to it, and he put some nice meaty tires on here, which I really like. It helps with a little off-road capable. But when you come to the back here, I like these little subtle body lines that come up the side of the vehicle, just sprucing it up a little bit, make it feel a little bit more adventurous. Alright guys, I wanted to show you the damage a little closer up so you can see it. Yeah, the paint's gone, it's pretty scratched up, but we'll fix that. A closer look at those nice rims. I really like the gray paint, a nice off-road tire. And you can see those little side skirts just sprucing up the side. Come along the side, that little kink I talked about, I like that. Now the back. I like the back of these a lot. Now we don't have a license plate for it yet, but I like having the spare tire in the back. It's a cool off-road SUV look, and it's a swing gate. So you actually open this up. Opens up sideways. You actually have a really good space back here. Now this is a small SUV. You got plenty of space. Nice little cover to hide your stuff. Going into the interior and stuff like that. It's such a cool little vehicle. I love the side profile. Nice, simple, old school. Now going into the interior, open the door. Nice little side panel. I love how like the 90s and 80s had little patterns and stuff like that. It actually matches the seats. And if you guys actually look closely, it's a bunch of Chevy bow ties. Nice little Easter egg. Nowadays, every car has Easter eggs like that. It's cool to see it here. See how it matches the door panel. You have very cheap feeling buttons here. Cheap little handle. You can actually see it's prying off a little bit. But the dash. The dash is just good old school feel to it. It's a plastic steering wheel, 2-spoke, gauge cluster. Nothing special, but you have everything that you need. Controls on the side. And look at those AC controls. The old lever system below there. The old GM cheap radio. It actually works quite fine. Automatic transmission. It's a 4-speed automatic. And yes, this is 4-wheel drive. Here's your transfer case. You even have the original sticker here, which is always a cool thing to see. And another thing I like is the captain chairs. Now these seats, not only do they look cool, but they're very comfortable. So when you're sitting here, these seats are comfortable. I have plenty of space, especially with the captain seats. I'm not hitting the person next to me, and I got tons of headroom. But this is my ideal sitting position. Let's see how I fit in the back. So I'll show you in the front door. Getting into the back, you see the door doesn't open a whole lot. This wheel well actually intrudes into my space, but when I get back here, ooh, this is very tight. So this is my ideal seating position. I do have a bit of a gangster lean, but it's very hard for me to fit my legs back here. I have tons of headroom though, but I would hope someone small sitting up front. I wouldn't want to be back here for a very long time. Now here it is, guys. This is actually a V6 model. It's a 2.5 liter V6 making 165 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. Now this engine, it's pretty reliable. There are some issues that can happen at higher mileage, but they're relatively easy to work on. Now parts, they're kind of a little hard to get nowadays, but this is a good power plant with a pretty good vehicle. So driving the Chevy Tracker, that's actually pretty nice, guys. I have plenty of headroom, plenty of space here. My arms rest very comfortably. This is the captain's chair. The nice little divot in the door fits my arm perfectly. I can even put my arm on top of the door sill itself, which a lot of modern cars you really can't do. You're way too high for that. But the vehicle's smooth. Now yes, you do hear some road noise and stuff like that. This is an older vehicle, but it's really compliant on the road. I'm surprised how well it drives. And looking around myself, there isn't too many big blind spots. All the pillars are quite small, but I'm really liking this vehicle. It's one of these vehicles that you can still get fairly cheap, even though right now it's not the best time to buy a new or used vehicle. But if you're looking for a cheap 4x4, I'd really consider this one. Let's do a little bit of an acceleration test. Coming here, come to a complete stop, and give it the beans. You can hear that exhaust leak a little bit, but it's pretty peppy. Now, a lot of the power of this engine, the V6, is in the higher bit of the band, so you do have to go a little bit before you start feeling that power. So guys, that was just a quick little review on the Chevy Tracker. My dad actually purchased this for my uncle for a little over $3,000. He wants to fix it up just a little bit, make this the winter vehicle. He really likes his blue Jeep. He doesn't want it to get it ruined in the winter time, so this will be his nice little commuter car for him. Now, they did make these in a two-door. It was a two-door with a removable roof. The back had a nice little convertible part to it. Those are hard to find. These are the ones you kind of want. They're cheaper. Four-wheel drive, the nice V6. If you're looking for a cheap SUV, body on frame, like I said, this is the one for you guys. But please, if you guys haven't already and you want to, check out my channel. I keep trying to give you guys more and more content. I talk about cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, combustion engines, just like this, and EVs, a little of everything. But please, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you guys can stay up to date with the latest and greatest from my channel. And as always, I truly, truly appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.